Hey pastry puffs, welcome back to Strudel Reviews. It's your girl Strudel, and today we are doing a fun video that I don't think has ever been done before on YouTube or anywhere else on the internet that I've tried like investigating, and that is comparing the 2004 Mattel Winx dolls to the 2017 Aldi Toys / Alpha Group Regal Academy dolls. So yeah, let's get into it. To start off, you can tell like Astoria, Rapunzel, the Aldi Toys dolls are about 10.5 inches. The Mattel Winx dolls are 9 inches. Astoria has, I would say she is about Flora's skin tone. Let's say Astoria's about Flora's skin tone. She's got a dark pink lip, green eyes, green eyeshadow. Bloom has a pink lip, like has a slightly lighter, like a lighter shade of pink with blue eyes, blue eyeshadow. She has like very pencil thin eyebrows. Astoria also has pencil-thin eyebrows that are brown, but you cannot see them underneath the bang. My new Astoria, she has like this, what I think might be a rooting defect, where the blues are, where like one strip of the blue is like a lot longer than the other strip of the blue, and I can't remember if it was like that in my original Astoria review. So I'd recommend y'all go check that out. And then they have similar shades of yellow, like Astoria's like little yellow panel here, and then Bloom's like sleeves and the little like ribbon on, like, and the little stitching on her jeans. My Bloom does not have her original shoes. She's wearing Mermaid High Finley's wedges because that was the closest thing to her original wedges that I had on hand, because my Bloom did not have her shoes when I bought her off of Mercari. I reacquired her off of eBay because I'd been looking for her on and off. And so their articulation is also different. These dolls, like, they tilt side to side. I don't think they have like similar head motions. There is no articulation at all in the elbows or the wrists. There's no articulation in the wrist, but there is articulation in the elbow because they have wire joint to bend the elbows. She has bend and snap knees since she is a doll from the early 2000s. She is a doll from like the mid-late 2010s where she has like the standard knee articulation we've started seeing since, I want to say, the debut of Monster High. And I want to say they both have nylon hair. Not nylon, they both have saran hair because it feels like nice and smooth to the touch. It's kind of like interesting seeing how much taller the Regal Academy dolls are to like how much taller the Aldi Toys Regal Academy dolls are to the Mattel Winx dolls, but since these are like, this is the first of the US merch, I figured it was the only fair way to do a comparison. I'm sure like eventually we will see like people comparing like the Jax dolls to the Jax Winx to the Aldi Toys Regal Academy, since they are similar in heights, and maybe even the Playmates, just for like a little extra fun and spice, but you'll never know. So anyway, the faces, like the Mattel Winx faces are like super cute and like pretty accurate to the way they're drawn in the cartoons. They look like little French fashion models. Like the doll, like the body types are pretty similar because you can tell like this stand isn't really holding her in place all that well, the way it's not really holding Bloom all that well in place because it fell off around her thigh and I had to fix it. And then we will go ahead and like show you guys like the little side profiles, because these faces are much narrower in the chin and these faces are much rounder. But these is what the side profiles look like. They look like they're having a conversation or they're getting ready to get into a boxing match. But anyway, like the Mattel winx quality, like the clothing quality, I feel like is a nicer quality clothing because it is the early 2000s and like quality of like fabrics and stuff was a bit nicer compared to this top, which feels kind of like cheaply made. But it is nicely, like the construction is nice of the shirt, and like the little ribbon that they picked for the purple and the black accents feel nice. The fabric of the shirt just feels cheaply made. While I will give them props for the leggings, they feel very, very nice. And I will say Astoria has like a little purple bow at the end of her hair, and Bloom does not have any hair accessories, so yeah. Although I do want to like bring this specific part up again. I just do want to bring in this specific part again that I think I had like briefly mentioned in Astoria's review, where I still feel like it was such a missed opportunity to like set up Winx Club and Regal Academy to be in the same universe and have them interconnected via season 6 through the Legendarium. It could have been like such a good opportunity to show that Acheron was an even more dangerous villain than Valtor, that he actually imprisoned an entire school meant for the grandchildren of fairy tale characters and trapped them in a Legendarium forever. And they could have spent like a whole season trying to free this school and like freeing the main characters of Regal Academy like throughout the season, and at the end could have freed the whole school, and then it could have been used as a perfect gateway into the Regal Academy spinoff. But I guess that was just too mature and too big-brained for Nickelodeon to handle. Because in the 2010s, here in the US, Nickelodeon did have the airing rights to Winx Club, and then eventually had the airing rights to Regal Academy. But whoop-de-doo. That didn't last. Winx, their partnership with Nickelodeon ended after season 6, and season 7 was still aired on Nick Jr., while I believe Regal Academy was, for the most part, after like the first episode was aired on Nick Jr., and they did the first episode on Nickelodeon to promote to promote the show. But I just have beef with Nickelodeon setting up their girl-targeted demographic shows for failure to begin with, but that's a whole nother video for a whole nother day. So, yeah, fun. Also, another fun fact, Rainbow has worked with Mattel not just for the Winx Club dolls in the early 2010s, like the early 2000s to like from like 2004 to 2009. Rainbow actually worked with Mattel again doing the animations for the G2 Monster High web series, The Adventures of the Ghoul Squad. I figured y'all would want that like fun little fact, so yeah. Yeah. That's about it for that like fun little fact. But back to the dolls, like see like Bloom is like so much shorter. I'm gonna show you guys, like, show them, like, back to back like that. Like, you can see, like, Astoria is a head taller than Bloom, and it's kind of funny. Astoria is a head taller than Bloom. It's kind of funny, but, like, at the same time, they're two different companies, so I kind of get it. So, yeah. It may not have been the most interesting comparison video. May not have been the most This comparison video may not have been the most interesting, but I kind of wanted to do it for fun. Because I hadn't seen anybody compare, like, the early 2000s Mattel dolls to the late 2010s Aldi Toys Regal Academy dolls, because it was just something I was curious about. Which one is, like... Well, I'm not going to compare the price points, because all the Regal Academy dolls, like, really came with was just the doll and a purse, while the Mattel dolls came with, like, two outfits, a pair of magnetic wings, and, like, several accessories. So in that department, it's kind of an unfair comparison, considering they probably were two different price points. So I think, like, Astoria would have been, like, about 15 at most. Would have been, like, 15 at the most, and I think for about, like, what 2000s prices would have been, Bloom would have been about $20. So, yeah, there's that. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this fun little video, because I had fun making it. You can't tell, so, yeah. Hold on, I'm blocking Bloom. I don't know what I'm doing today. So, yeah, there's that little, like, Mattel versus Aldi, like, for fun comparison, plus the fact I'm still standing on business about the fact it was such a missed opportunity to have Winx and Regal Academy be an interconnected, like, universe where they could have, like, the missed opportunity of Vicky Broomsticks and Icy Darcy Stormy, and then Vicky's, like, season 2 accomplice. It's such a missed opportunity. They could have been, like, the council of villains, and we never got to see that because they didn't think to make them a part of the same universe. So, yeah, that's the video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See y'all in the next one. Bye. At least I'm not as bitter about this as Naboo unnecessarily dying in Season 4 and Musa being gypped a Sirenix bush in Season 5.